You are now tuned in to the hottest podcast in the world with your host, Lamar Champmaker Wright.
Yay!
This is Lamar Champmaker Wright. We have on the phone interview the head trainer of Tyson Fury, Sugar Hill Stewart. How you doing, Sugar?
I'm doing good, Lamar. How things been going?
Everything's been going, man. You know, we got a couple dates for fighters. You know, Sonny and Tyler back at it in April 25th in Vegas down at the Mandalay Bay.
Okay, you know, I like them guys. I like them guys. Them are my Midwest guys.
Yeah, man. Shit, I mean, what, 30 minutes away from 35?
Yep.
Yeah, so man, I've been looking at like all this, you know, everything building up to the, well, first of all, let's talk about, so Tyson Fury wanted to get a new trainer, man, and, you know, he came to you, and then, you know, I thought he may have came to you because you guys had some chemistry from when he was at the Kronk with your uncle.
Well, that is part of it. I was the perfect fit, is what they tell me. So, yeah, it had a lot to do with, you know, back in 2010 when he trained here with, you know, seeking Emmanuel and training with Emmanuel, and also training with myself because Emmanuel was busy with Vladimir. So we built a great relationship from there. And the things that I've done were very similar to Emmanuel. So he, you know, searching for a new trainer, wanted Emmanuel, and I just happened to fit the description to the T.
Well, you the closest thing to, I mean, you the closest thing to Emmanuel now. I mean, you was like, you know, you was breastfed, just, you know, his style of boxing, man, literally. You know what I'm saying? You grew up under that was your uncle. Like, who would be able to teach his style of boxing better than you?
Yeah, and you know, that was one of the things also. So I mean, that's who I looked up to as my father was Emmanuel. So you know, he taught a lot of people and offered a lot of people that advice in boxing, but people just didn't. Everybody didn't take it the way I took it, I guess, because I look at him like a father figure. So I looked into details of everything that he done. Yeah, everything he done, you know, the way he talked, moved, and, you know, everything, because that was like my father. That's what I lived with for most of my life. And to be able to watch him and to do what he was doing, and from what he taught me, you know, it makes me happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, even though Emmanuel, you know, taught a lot of people, you know, he, you know, all those people wasn't going home with him and having that full access to him for 24 hours a day and gaining all his game. You know, so.
Yeah, that's true. It does make a big difference when you know, 24 hours in, we both watching TV. I'm listening to his phone conversations to everybody in boxing, and it's just it was just a full-time, you know, lesson, you know, sitting there with him. And like I said, other guys have actually came there and lived with him and things like that and learned and went on their way to be successful as well. It's just that I looked at him totally differently, like a father. So it was, my eyes were a lot more open than theirs were because of that situation.
Right.
In my relationship, yeah. That was the positive mirror model of my life. That was who my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, everybody, Emmanuel. It was only one boy in each generation. So he was the only boy, and then I happened to be the only boy. And you know, in some senses, we kind of raised ourselves because Emmanuel wasn't always there for me in my life. He was on the road a lot, as such as I am right now. So me and him pretty much had to like raise ourselves. But you know, me being easy because learning from his mistakes and him teaching me as he had to do things more so on his own.
Right. Yeah, he was definitely that great trainer. I wish now when I look back, you know, when we was coming up there, you know, being around Emmanuel sparring, even when I was boxing and when I transitioned to coaching, I was just like, sometimes I wish I would have spent more time around him to gain more of that knowledge. I got some of it from, you know, a little bit here and there when we used to come up on the Kronk shows just to get our trophies, because, you know, if you won, you weren't winning anyway. You going against that Kronk, man. But yeah, no, so Tyson calls you. Is that how it goes? Did he call you up and say, hey, Hill or Sugar, I'm coming?
Yeah, what really happened is Andy Lee is Tyson's cousin, and me and Andy close. We lived together for 7 years under the same roof. And Andy and Tyson were talking. Tyson called Andy, asking him, for some advice or whatever. And they were both going through, all the trainers and all the top trainers in the world. They've been around them or know, how they train and I guess Andy was like, you know what, we're going through all these names. He said, but I think Sugar Hill is the perfect one for you. I didn't want to say it before because I didn't know if he was busy or whatever, and then Tyson was like, you know what, I was thinking the same thing. And Tyson asked Andy, can he reach out to me? So Andy reached out to me on a Monday, and then I talked to Tyson. Asked me, would I be interested in training Tyson Fury? And I was like, yeah. It wasn't like it was it was a no-brainer. We had time together, and I knew, what he came to Detroit in the first place, seeking, and that's what he wanted again. So I'm happy to just be able to do it because he came for Emmanuel, and I can still teach what Emmanuel was teaching, and for Tyson to be successful. So after that, I was brought in as I was gonna be the head coach, but Ben Davidson was gonna also be in training camp as well. But by 5 days later, all that had changed. So it was just me by myself.
So yeah,
and Andy Lee came in.
That's kind of weird to me. So Ben Davis, they didn't say, look, you got to go. But what we want to do, we want to bring someone in with someone who I think fits our style to make us better. And it wasn't like he was taking a back seat. It looked like he was going to still have a role. Like, why wouldn't you roll? Why wouldn't you, for me as a trainer, you know what I'm saying? I would take that as, to even learn more. You know what I'm saying? To learn more and grow more as a trainer instead of being like, you know what, I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened if he was just like, I'm out of here or not. My role was to come in to be, he was looking for somebody with more experience. That's what he was looking for, somebody with some experience. Mm-hmm. And, in that search, I was found. And I was named the head coach, for Tyson Fury, for the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury rematch, which the first fight was such a classic, and it was a controversial decision with it being a draw. Both of the fighters felt they won the fight, and now they get to settle the score for real.
Right. So how was it? I know you had some Toledo guys up there, man, helping you in camp. No, but. So I know you had the great sparring. I know you had that good sparring. So how did camp go for Tyson Fury?
Camp went beautiful, excellent. I couldn't ask for a better training camp, really. And this is asking for a better training camp from me and Tyson actually working together for the first time one-on-one, and not, as a team, with Emmanuel, but put together a full training camp from top to bottom. And it's been exciting. It's been fun. We have a lot of fun every day. Most people don't even know my other side, where I'm real. I like to have fun. People in the gym know me. We have fun. But when I do interviews and things like that, or I'm on working the corners, I'm very serious. And,
they see that stern. They see that stern sugar.
Yeah. So we have a lot of fun in camp, and now I've always understood and believed in that learning is supposed to be fun. So when we have fun, it's easy for them to learn. But it's just okay, learn. But now, it's a certain time to be serious. So all that's established. We know when to be serious, but we know how to have fun at the same time to get the job done. Mm-hmm. It's just fun, everything I teach is what he wanted. He came to me and said, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this. And for somebody to come to you like that, especially being on that level, and that's what I teach. I don't have to try to convince him, try this, you need to do this. No, everything that I teach or whatever, that's what he wanted. Mm-hmm. It was great to hear him say that, as a fighter, which that's very rare. Most fighters, a lot of fighters, they listen, but they still have their doubts. But no, this is what he wanted. I was like, shit, but that's what I teach anyway. Come on.
Right.
Not a problem. We're going to have fun here.
So I mean, when I look at it, you know, a lot of people who switch trainers, we just recently seen it, and styles get switched up, and like it's like, man, why would you do that? But I know you, and I know your ability to train fighters, so I know that you would just try to make Tyson better at what he's already good at doing.
That's right. You have to, I don't want to be sounding like that, but I'm trying to say like you have to have an eye for it, but you have to understand that every fighter has their own style and know how to, bring the best out of their style, to more of a forefront and work on things that's going to help benefit them. To go with their style. One of the things I do with everybody, I make sure you got a good jab, because everybody got to have a jab in boxing. People discredit Mike Tyson for not jabbing, but Mike Tyson had a hell of a jab. The jabs would set up everything else, even though he was a short guy. They just think he slipped and dipped, and broke people down, but that wasn't what he did. He was using that jab and then slip and dip.
Yeah,
nobody want to get with that little stiff ass jab Mike Tyson had.
No, and then he used to out jab the big dude. So it's like, you know, that dude was, that man, he did have a special jab. So going into it, man, like I'm starting to see some antics from Wilder. You know, when I see that, I usually say, man, when I see these dudes start doing that, like, they nervous. You know what?
Well, he said Fury was nervous while he was doing all that stuff. Ain't that something?
That is something, but that's Fury's. That's Fury's character. You know, he has fun with this. You know, that's what he's always done. He's always joked around, played around. But all that pushing and shoving and doing all that, that's, to me, that's like projecting nervousness. So, and then now he's bringing up like, it's Black History, and now I'm whooping him for Black History. Like, where that come from, man?
Hey, we don't know, Lamar. We sit there and I was asked that question last night by Tyson and the rest of the team, because they not from here.
Yeah, so they don't understand.
They asking me, what is that about? They said, what is that about, man? I said, well, it's Black History Month. It's a month in the United States where, Black people are more celebrated than other months because of the wrongful history that we have had in America. So I put quote unquote, they give us a month.
Ain't even a full month.
Yeah, they so-called give us a month to make us, to make us feel good about ourselves as Black people, or the accomplishments we've done, and to recognize Black people. But
if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Every day or whatever. It's not no certain month or time that I take out to think about the people before me and the things that they've accomplished and to help this world and society, which maybe they get no credit for. But yeah, he brings that. So I had to explain that to these guys because they don't know. They don't understand that, but what's going on, and all the things that Tyson did understand was that this man was trying to make this a racial thing, and it was clearly not a racial issue. It can't be, because you got black and white in both camps.
Right.
Deontay Wilder's trainer is white, and Deontay's black, and Tyson Fury's white, and I'm black. So how can it be? Why would they have to even go there with this Black History Month thing? But that's what he felt he wanted to say, and they've always had battles of in the first fight, the press conferences and everything leading up to it. I mean, it was a battle. This one, they have no battle really. They both been in there with each other, and it's just the way he felt. He felt that's what he wanted to say, and maybe that would get to Tyson. But Tyson is really a master at this, so you're trying to beat the master at his own game.
At the antics, man.
To me, it backfired, because you're asking this question, and so many people in the audience were just sitting there looking like, what is he talking about? Like, why is he, like, with this, most people were just like, just frozen. Like, what is this? This thing got nothing to do with boxing and none of that. And he's bringing this up. So, and he brought up a lot of other things too, as well, that people were just sitting there like, oh, but, to him it was feeling like he was winning, I guess, because Tyson wasn't really saying nothing.
Yeah, it was all of it was like really out of level. I mean, I understand why Tyson wasn't saying nothing. He didn't understand, and he probably confused, like, what's this dude talking about? But I spent some time out there with Fury in Vegas in his last fight, man. I was like, dude, a joy to be around, man. Always stopping, taking pictures, signing autographs for people, laughing with people, and he even told me, man, you gotta love your fans, man. So.
Yeah, he loves being around the people, the fans, and everybody loves being around him. Like when he first came into the Crunch Gym, people, that's just him, man. He's truly, really like a Muhammad Ali.
That's what I was gonna say, man.
People gravitate towards him. He's not afraid to talk about his feelings, his life, and to relate that to other people's lives and feelings. And real people can genuinely respect that and respect him and understand him, and that's why people fall in love with him as a person, because of his character. People don't even know him. Everybody was for Wilder. A lot of my friends and stuff were for Wilder. The first fight, like Wilder's gonna be it. Now they switched over. Now they like Tyson Fury.
Yeah. So when I look at that and I break down the two fighters, man, even the last fight, to me, Tyson Fury is the best skilled heavyweight there is, best skilled. But then you have Wilder, who is probably the most.
Just don't get caught.
Yeah, right. Is the most vicious puncher of all times in the heavyweight division. It's like, and then Wilder. I looked at his last fight. A lot of people then, they said he was losing, which he was losing. But what I seen from Wilder, man, he was really patient that fight. And it seemed like he grew a little bit against Ortiz, because I rank Ortiz right under, in the heavyweight, I rank him right under Fury as being the next best talented, more skilled. Because I think, Ortiz, that's why the other ones ain't AJ and all them ain't fighting him, because they know what it would be. But I would, but it's just Wilder, man. He got that God gift. Like, so what are we doing to fight from that? Like, what are we doing?
Shit, be smart. You gotta be smart when you're dealing with Wilder.
Right.
He does have that one punch he got that one punch, that can make the biggest difference, that could change everything at any time. It doesn't matter. It's been proven fight after fight with Wilder, and it was proven, in the Tyson Fury fight. The only big difference is, which ain't really a big difference, but it is a big difference. Tyson Fury got up twice.
Yeah.
He got up, he walked through them, I ain't gonna say he walked through them, but he got, he was the only man that got up. He's the only man that got up and finished it. Mm-hmm. and put pressure back on Wilder. So that says a lot for Tyson Fury in himself. Even though he's been knocked down before in his career, but he got up. He wasn't staggering and wobbling when he got up. He got up and started fighting again.
Yeah, he
clear-headed and everything. So he went down. I mean, for real. So that's something you got to watch out for, because one of these times you can't keep getting hit like that and go down and not by Wilder. So
right.
The best thing to do is not to get hit. And if Tyson Fury doesn't get hit 2 times in this fight, Tyson Fury wins this fight easily. Easily.
So what? I mean, has Tyson ever described his power to you? Like, what is it, like that thudding power, or is this that power he never felt before?
Tyson told me that Wilder don't even hit that hard, really. He said he got caught, and that's just what happens. But as far as him being a bigger puncher, and a bigger puncher that hurt, it ain't Deontay Wilder.
So he might have that lean.
He got that explosive power,
right?
Yeah, but it ain't that power that's gonna hurt you. Because most of the time he hits you guys, he's knocking them out. So they ain't feeling that shot anyway.
Right. So
it ain't like he banging them to the body, and they're banging and they can feel like, man, you punch him. That should be over quick. It'd be like ba-boom, ba-bang.
And out. But I mean, nobody else have ever survived to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So Tyson has, so he felt it. He got up, rose up like the Undertaker. To me, I said, damn, Undertaker came back to life. So
yeah, that was talked about too. He said, I hear stuff that they saying, and it's to me, it's all humor to me. Everything that they say in the Black History Month, talking about his past, that's all just, and that's a part of getting into somebody's you're trying to bring out your full arsenal against, Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury gonna come at you, it's a war with words, and it's a war in the ring. So these guys are doing bad. I don't think there's no harm by any of them. It's just who can get under somebody's skin, like in basketball. You get under their skin, that changes the momentum of the basketball game. It's all about, people could be physically in shape and stuff, but you can get to somebody mentally, that's a big advantage to you. That's a big advantage to you. And I believe Deontay Wilder understands that. And, he went, yesterday he went toe-to-toe with Tyson Fury on trash talking, but that was his taste of doing it, and everybody does their things different.
Yeah, it was just, some of it was out of line.
You gotta do something different to find out what works. You don't know, if you don't try, you don't know what works.
Yeah, but he had a lot of us like, where'd that come from, but, so, I know you.
He had to try it. If he didn't try it, he wouldn't know if it worked or not. So you guys have to decide whether it worked or not, or February 20th, or Saturday we're gonna decide it. We're gonna see if it worked or not.
What does Sugar Hill Stewart see and predict for Saturday?
I'm predicting. I've always been predicting a sensational victory for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is going for the knockout, 100%. Nobody really knows what Tyson's doing or what he thinks. I don't know what Deontay said that. I don't know what he's gonna do. Yeah, nobody knows what he's gonna do. I know what he's gonna do, but I still don't know what he's gonna do. And I want him to not. If he don't know what he's gonna do, how is anybody supposed to figure him out?
Correct.
That makes it much harder to fight. If you're predictable and we know what you're gonna do, then you be a little bit more easy to figure out. But if you're unpredictable and hard to figure out, how can you gain a pattern on somebody and figure that person out?
Right.
So it's a chess match, period, regardless. And it's gonna always be that way. And fighting a person like Tyson Fury, it's hard. It's difficult. He's got, like you said, he's got all these tools.
He does.
As a fighter, everything. He's got the power to. So, we ain't talked about that, but he's got power too. That was one of the things he wanted to do. He wanted to increase his power, and his power can be increased. He's 270 pounds. You think he ain't got no power? He got 30 fights, 20 of them knockouts, so it ain't like he ain't got no power.
Yeah, my coach, Will Cox used to tell me, boy, listen, man, if you think that boy ain't got no power, he over 200 pounds, he gonna knock you out fast.
That's the heavyweight to it. He opened his mouth, now he got to back it up.
So Tyson Fury saying he's knocking him out in the second round.
So if he say that, that's what I believe, because that's in his heart, like his competitiveness. What he say is what he gonna do. Similar to Muhammad Ali. Ali said he was gonna do this, he did it. One time he didn't do it, but he still won the fight. But that was his goal, was to get the knockout. He didn't knock him out, but he won the fight still. And Tyson really wants to knock him out in the second round to make a big statement.
So what you're saying is we better not blink?
No, I ain't gonna say that, because that's what they say about Deontay Wilder. I want you can blink all you want to. They got TV and rewind, and you can rewind. They got the big jumbotron now, so you can blink. It's okay. Wait, you can blink. They gonna show that over and over again when it happens.
Yeah, so here we got Sugar Hill Stewart, Tyson Fury's head trainer, saying second round, man. But y'all can blink, because y'all can rewind the fight.
That's right. It's technology now. Everybody say don't blink because you'll miss it. This ain't the old days. You can rewind this and rewind it, pause it, slow motion, zoom in. You can do all kind of stuff to it.
No social media, Hill?
No, I got an Instagram account. It's Sugar Hill. It's Crunk Sugar Hill. That's it. I don't be on it like that, because I found myself in 2007. Before that, really, I found myself on that phone checking that stuff over 8 hours a day, and I thought to myself, I used to have a regular job. I worked 8 hours. I said, shit, I could be working other jobs if I'm doing this, so I left it alone. I retired, so I won't have to be working on 8-hour shifts, and now I'm working 8 hours on this phone like that, and I ain't getting paid.
How old were you when you retired?
I was, my goodness, what was that, 35, 37, something like that.
And how old are you now?
48.
Oh, man, you still look good for 48.
I retired in 2007.
So when you retired, was it just like, I'm about to retire and focus on boxing?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I had got to a point in boxing where I needed more time for boxing, but I was still working, so I couldn't afford to keep calling in working saying I'm sick or something like that, and then I'm on TV. I had it in my head not to get fired from my job. I wanted to retire from my job. That was something I saw my father. That was when I saw my father do retire. He quit his job before he retired. That always set firm with me. Like, I don't know why he did it. I don't understand. And he told me he didn't like it, but I'm like, you only had like 7 more years to go. You could have just knocked that off and been done. But you left like with 7. I didn't want to just have to be caught leaving that on the table. Like, you know, like dang, like I was so close to something. I didn't graduate college, so I said, shoot, I ain't got no college diploma hanging up nowhere, but I can retire. Say I'm retired from, you know, my job, and I did. I stuck around long enough to retire, take an early retirement. But that was something I accomplished. You know, I finished. I completed it. So for me, that it felt good for me to do that, to retire instead of getting fired or just quit because I was, you know, lying, saying that I was you know, that I was sick and I wasn't.
If a lot of people would really take that step, man, they'll see what some shit to do, like being out their comfort zone, how that would really push them to do something.
Yep, and the key word you said was happy. So what you do, a lot of people have jobs that they do, but to have a job that you love and that makes you happy is the same way I feel. So I understand you totally on what you're saying about that happiness.
Yeah,
and that's something I love doing is training and teaching. You know?
Don't you, man? Because somebody just asked me the other day, like, man, you spend 14 hours a day in this gym. I said, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I couldn't tell you it was that long, man, because the time flies when I'm in here.
Exactly. Yep. You don't even think about it. Be like, I get in so much trouble from being in the gym. If I gotta go somewhere, I got something to do later on, I'm late. I'm always late. I'm late because I'm in that gym. I'm teaching somebody, and it's like, once they start, they get it. I'm like, got it. Then I see somebody else's face, like they looking at me, and I'm like, all right, let me help you out a little bit. Then man, a little bit, then a little bit, and a little bit. Then all of a sudden, I'm late and I'm in trouble.
Right.
Damn.
Now, as trainers, ain't that something though, man? You working with a guy, man, and you putting a lot into him, and you're teaching him, and then finally you start, you see it starting to come out. Like, man, to me, that's the most satisfying thing in boxing, man, to see it evolve. Like, this is what I've been talking about.
Yep, and then to see that look on that person's face that they got it, that excitement in their face and their eyes. Like, look, and just seeing that person happy for what they've been working for, because we know how it feels. We getting that same joy because we being happy from what we working at, trying to get that person to learn.
Right.
The best thing about it really is that we get to compete against each other on a different level than just us being on the amateur level. Now, I enjoy seeing my friends and stuff on the top level. I mean, I don't want to be there by myself.
Right.
We all get there and make it. I'm happy that we all got there and made it. That's even better, because we're just showing our competitiveness still, and the ability that we're able to teach somebody else to bring them up and compete still. We still compete with each other. So that's always a great feeling for me. So I remember the times that we did. I was like, damn, I have to push myself more. Like, damn, I can't let the mark get me. I know you want to get me. Like, it's just the same thing. Like, man, I know you want to get me. Like, man, I'm thinking like, man, fuck that. I gotta keep it. So it's just still that struggle. But on the outside, when we see that, there's always love and there's always fun.
Oh yeah, man. When it happens, man. To me, that really made me a better trainer. You know what I'm saying? I took my 2 biggest lessons, competing against you in the professional. So it's like, I'm gonna get his ass. I got you a few times in the amateur. So I was like, I'm gonna get his ass. I'll get his ass one time. And so, that's what keep us driving though, man. So, but man, I appreciate it, man. Make sure you go out there, man, be sharp Saturday night, man, get that victory so we can brag about it in the Midwest.
All right, Lamar, it's good talking to you always. We always have fun kicking and talking, man. So I forget I'm on the podcast because I'm just so used to us talking. So
man, right. So no, when you get back though, man, we're gonna be heading up there because we need some of that good crunk work.
Okay, you make me tell. I'm forgetting. I'm telling stuff that I ain't supposed to be talking about. I'm thinking we just talking. That's good. You're able to pull it out of me like an Oprah Winfrey or whatever the top reporters are. They able to pull it out of people.
Appreciate it. But see that, hey, that's why I can get a lot of people out there because they don't think man, this motherfucking boxing coach, he ain't no goddamn reporter.
Yeah, you ain't come with no silly questions like, just, I shouldn't say silly questions, but the regular questions. Me and you, we can talk. I can open up and just talk, and we just talking like regular. It ain't like I'm waiting for you to ask the next question.
Right. No, that's how it was, man. It flowed as a conversation.
We even doing the podcast. This is just regular talk.
Yeah, no, it flowed as a conversation. I actually got two.
We talking at breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, man, do your thing Saturday. We watching and get back with me. Well, I'm gonna get with you when y'all get back.
Okay, all right, Lamar. I hope you don't get back with me when I'm on the golf course. I gotta try to give you a little golf here. I ain't thought about playing golf too.
No, I'm gonna give you a couple weeks.
Man, no, it's okay. It's cold outside. So I'm still out there in the cold. I ain't gonna even lie. I gotta get out there and swing the club.
Man, my dad just went and played golf yesterday.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So I know it's warm when I get home. I can't wait.
It's warm enough. It ain't warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Okay then, sugar.
Okay. All right, Lamar. Take it easy.
All right, you too.
Thanks again for having me on there too.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate you.